Welcome to the Sypno Tech Show, episode number 5. Today is July 2nd. I'm Alex, your host, alongside Lida, as always.
Hello.
Today we have a episode about the newest edition of Android. So Android N, we've seen the developer copy of it for a while now, and people have been testing it out, multitask windows and stuff like that. That's all on Android N now, and it's pretty close to release. We actually have a name for it now. Google officially released a name for it now. Roll our intro, and we're talking about this right after that. Nutella, nerds, New York cheesecakes. What do those have in common? They were forgone over by Google for the newest name, which is
Nougat.
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 Nougat, which is a chocolate. That is the official name of the new version of Android. Android N is officially Android Nougat.
I kind of would have liked Nutella.
I'm a Nutella guy myself. Nutella goes good on everything, right? It goes good on bananas, on strawberry, on bread. It just goes good on nougat. It sounds like it's hard, right? Is there nuts inside nougat?
I don't know. I think it depends. It might.
Well, yeah, I don't even. That's not even a dessert or sweet that I eat often. So, yeah, not a big fan of nougats. I think Nutella is sweeter, and obviously nerds. Every kid loves nerds when they were younger, right? So, but yeah, official name from Google is Android Nougat, and that was after a long search where they opened it up to fans everywhere.
They did.
Open submissions.
Yeah.
People were submitting names everywhere from anything like we had nachos, navel orange,
nectar,
Norwegian smoked salmon.
Ooh.
That's not even sweet. And then we had naan. I don't even know what that is.
It's the Indian bread.
Indian bread. That's good. And nectar and nuts. So there's plenty of interesting suggestions, but they settled with Nougat. So Android Nougat. That is the official successor to Android Marshmallow. We'll probably see that in around September, October. And we will show that to you when we get that on our Nexus, Lida's Nexus and my 5X. We have those just to test out. But in the meantime, let's just talk a little bit about what's going to come up with Android N or Android Nougat. So yeah, what are you most excited to see from Android Nougat?
I think I'm really excited for the multi-window, the split screen.
Finally.
Yeah. I know they're a little behind on that, but I think that's something that everyone can use.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of just neat to go in between apps like that too.
So if you haven't seen yet, Android has not had a stock multitasking split screen kind of thing yet. Samsung has been doing it for a long time. LG has also had their custom thing over it, but stock Android itself hasn't had that. And so Android N, or Nougat, is officially introducing that. So that's an awesome feature we're all excited about.
Yeah.
It'll make efficiency much better. It'll make the Pixel C much better. So we are very excited for that. I'm going to test that out in my review of the Pixel C once the official release is out. So that's pretty exciting. And another thing they have that a lot of people are interested about is instant apps.
Mm-hmm.
So instant apps is something that if you pressed a link or something like that, it opens straight into the app, which we've all been wanting because what Android does is it takes up a lot of RAM when you open separate windows and separate things. And opening an app inside automatically where it's running in the background, it just seems much more efficient, right, with other things. On CNET, they said this is especially useful for digital payment transactions where you can pay with Android Pay instead of whatever system the app would have to use in the past. So you can pay instead of PayPal or something. You can just go straight to Android Pay and use that. So that's pretty neat.
It's convenient.
Convenient. What else is there? Reply in a notification. So, I mean, we've been kind of seeing that in other phones, right? Like using this OnePlus with Messenger. Whenever I get a message, I can just pull down the drop-down menu. But, of course, this is opening it up for a bunch of variety apps.
Yes.
So you can do it on basically any app now. So that's a default thing. iOS has had that for a long time. I've been using the iPhone. And Yeah, I mean, would you use that? Reply and notification, or do you still want to open up the app and actually look at it first?
I think I would use it, depending on the app, I guess. I feel like their messaging app kind of does that. Like, you can click and reply within a box that opens up on top of there. So that's kind of convenient.
So I guess opening that up to every notification might be very helpful for those of you who don't like opening your phone a lot and just like doing something and putting it away. So Doze on the go is also something very exciting. So if you haven't heard, I don't know where you've been for one whole version of Android. Android Marshmallow introduced something called Doze, where you leave a phone flat somewhere without any movement. It will conserve your battery. And so Doze on the go works on evolving that into something further. So you can slide it in your phone, you slide your phone in your pocket or your purse or your backpack or whatever, and you can be walking, and it's smart enough to know to conserve battery when you're not using it. So you don't have to just leave it on a table for Doze to activate. It can actually activate when it's inactive on the movement. So that should help battery life a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And as a side note, Google's also, they have a little thing called, I think it's Project Svelte, something like that. And it's actually aimed to help reduce the memory on your phone as well, or within Android.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That is cool. And night mode. Night mode is another thing a lot of people have been very excited about on Android because we've seen night mode introduced on various things. This actually has a night mode too. And Xiaomi has a night mode. Does this have a night mode? Am I getting that confused?
Yeah, you have a night mode right there.
Yes, night mode. So, see, this has a night mode where it basically tints your screen kind of whitish. Xiaomi has had that. Apple has had that for a long time.
Yeah, it's just supposed to make it so that if you're reading or browsing in a dark area, it's a little easier on the eyes. Your eyes don't feel as constrained.
It helps you sleep faster because when you're laying in bed and using your phone, the light that it's being emitted from the phone keeps you supposedly awake longer. So night mode's supposed to help reduce that factor. But yeah, so night mode, something iOS has had before stock Android, which is kind of rare because usually it's the opposite way where stock Android has had it long before iOS installs these features. But they're finally getting night mode, so a lot of people are very excited on that. But yeah, so those are the big things a lot of people are very excited about Android Nougat. So that... Nougat. So yeah.
In America, we call it Nougat.
Nougat. I'll call it Nougat. So yeah, Nougat is the big headline for this episode. That's the official name. And yeah, that's basically all we wanted to cover. Simple, short episode. Not much in the news yet. Amazon Prime Day is coming up. But yeah, we had a bad experience with Prime Day last year. Yeah. Nothing to buy. Nothing to buy.
No.
But I'll keep my eye out anyway. Anything else you want to say before we end the episode?
No, I think that's pretty much sums it up.
So yeah, I have a lot of cool stuff coming in soon. We have the Xperia XA. I'm going to unbox that as soon as I get that in a couple weeks. I'm also bought both of those cheap Amazon phones with ads on them. The G4 and the Blue R11. We're going to unbox that on the channel. Lida might see if she can root it. Maybe do a tutorial on that, see if you guys like that stuff. For $50, you can take that shot, right?
Yeah.
You know, it'll be pretty interesting to see what they give us for $50. And the Moto G4, I mean, that's a nice phone to have for the specs and the price.
Exactly.
So $150 for that. We were happy to try it out. So be sure to subscribe, like our videos, and check out our social media at Sypno Tech for everything. And we'll be back very soon, Lida.
Yeah. See you guys. Thank you for watching.
Happy July 4th.
Bye.